What is up, everybody? It is UFC Vegas 36, the final predictions and betting tips for the full card. Weigh-in recap show. Cannot wait to break this card down once again for you guys after seeing the fighters face off on the scales. Smash the like button. Let's get at least 100 likes on this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe as well. Let's start it off with the first fight of the night. All the way down at the bottom, Jonathan Martinez takes on Marcelo Rojo. Weight miss, 138 from Martinez. Never a good look, especially a guy coming off of a loss. If he loses this fight, missing weight, I don't know. I don't think they cut him, but could be a factor for this matchup. He definitely is in potentially a bit of a must-win scenario. Let's look at the fighters on the scales here. We got Rojo coming in fantastic shape. Martinez looking a little rocky on the scales. There's the face-off. Rojo looks in incredible shape. He seems mentally ready to go. The smile on his face I like to see. Granted, doesn't really matter, you know, because he's in a better emotional state at the weigh-ins. But Jonathan Martinez is in for a test here. Rojo can do it all fairly well. I like the wrestling game. Does have some solid striking, facing off physical attributes. I like the physique better. He is a little bit taller than Martinez. Martinez is a tricky southpaw with a Thai style of striking. It's a hard matchup here. Seeing Martinez miss weight is a real concern for me, though he's the younger guy. He's got more UFC experience, and he does have some decent wins, some hard losses in close fights. I thought he should have beat Andre Ewell. To be honest, he could have been on a win streak up until his last bout. I'm not going to write off Jonathan Martinez just yet. I think he will win here. I think he'll probably end up getting it done. Decision victory over Marcelo Rojo. But it's not going to be an easy fight. Martinez, minus 152. Rojo, plus 142. It's going to start the night off. I cannot wait to do the fight companion for this card. I'll be live for the entire thing, so make sure you guys tune in to that. Odds-wise, if you want to place a bet, prop betting, I don't really love playing props on this fight, but over 1.5 I think is fairly likely at minus 250. The value is not great, but I do think it probably happens. Fight goes the distance, potentially minus 105, but Martinez does have the finishing ability with the kickboxing to be a factor. If Martinez were to win, the method I predict by decision, that is plus 210. If you want to play it, you can. Not one of my favorite picks of the night, but I do think Jonathan Martinez wins the bout. Don't like that he missed weight at all, though. Let's keep on moving. Next fight of the night, Dalcha Lambagula versus Marc-André Barriault. Really excited for this fight. I am excited to see Barriault back in action, coming off a win over Abu Azaitar in the last one. That was an impressive performance. Azaitar was an exciting prospect. Dalcha Lambagula, physical specimen. He is jacked. He's incredibly physically strong, good grappling. On the other side, I feel like Barriault is a more technical kickboxer. His grappling game, I think, technically superior, though he'll probably be at a little bit of a strength disadvantage. He's a long, tall guy, slight height advantage. I feel as though Marc-André Barriault wins this fight against Dalcha Lambagula here. I could see us potentially going a bit long here. You look at Lambagula's lone loss. It was to Magomed Ankalaev in the UFC. It's not really a bad loss at all. Up a weight class. He has wins. He's 2-1 inside of the octagon. I think Barriault's in for a test. I think he will lead the dance, though, winning this fight by a decision. I will ride with Marc-André Barriault. We'll look at the face-off one last time. Lambagula, physically very imposing, but I think the skill set is advantageous on the side of Barriault. Minus 162 to plus 152. Let's see. Over 1.5, minus 200. Fight goes the distance, plus 115. It's not expected to. I think Barriault could potentially get a late TKO, but we might be looking at 3 rounds. If Barriault were to win by KO, TKO, though, because I do believe it is possible, plus 210. Decision, Barriault, plus 300. I'm feeling like we could see Barriault wins in the 3rd round. That's plus 1,000. Potential Hail Mary sprinkle on Barriault if you can get it at plus 600 or more for round 3. I think he's most dangerous, towards the end of the second round, starting into the third round. I think he beats Dalcha, the very muscle-bound fighter here. Potential late TKO or a decision. Win for Marc-André Barriault. Next fight of the night. It's Charles Jourdain versus Julian Juicy J. Erosa. Charles Air Jourdain. I like this fight because both guys are come-to-fight strikers. Catch weight, 150 pounds. Both guys came in 49.5. Let's look at the fighters on the scales. More of a rangy kickboxer in Julian Erosa. Jourdain fights pretty well on the inside. Powerful puncher. Not much of a height difference, but listed, they're supposed to be 4 inches. It looks like maybe 2 inches at most here. I think Charles Jourdain is going to be really hard for Erosa. He's a southpaw. He closes the distance well, and he likes to brawl. He's also very explosive. On the other side, Julian Erosa, he's rangy with his kickboxing. Sometimes the chin is a bit high, is willing to engage. Well-rounded game, decent subs. I think Charles Jourdain is the superior fighter here. He wins this bout. Knockout round number 2. Win for Charles Jourdain. The odds are obviously agreeing here because Jourdain's a decent favorite. Minus 165 to plus 155. Best value for Jourdain and Erosa. Ends inside the distance, minus 200. Fight starts round 2, minus 225. I do think it starts round 2. I think Jourdain wins in the second round. Jourdain inside the distance, plus 105. I think it's going to be a KO. Jourdain KO, TKO, plus 120. Not bad value. Or Jourdain were to win in round number 2, plus 500. Interesting plays there. I think Charles Jourdain for the win over Julian Erosa, and I do think he does it by a KO. Gets it done with the hands, most likely. If you guys haven't yet, smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get at least 100 likes on this weigh-in recap show. Let's jump to the next fight. It is Jack Shore versus Liudvik Sholinian. Fun fight. Liudvik, Ultimate Fighter vet, coming in against highly regarded bantamweight prospect Jack Shore. He's undefeated, 14-0, winning his last fight. The name escaping me. Hunter Azure. Split decision, but he was able to out-wrestle Hunter, and Hunter's a very good wrestler. That was impressive. He's in for a fight because Sholinian is a pressure wrestler. Very good takedowns, decent kickboxing skill set as well. A lot of forward motion and movement. Ultimate Fighter vet. On the other side, Jack Shore. Kickboxing, he's very good, but he does shine with his grappling, which is, not expected really for a guy outside of Wales. He has really good wrestling and he fights well in the clinch. I think he beats Liudvik here. Win by a decision for Jack Shore. I don't think he finishes Liudvik Sholinian. It's actually a really hard fight. Let's look at them face off real quick. There's Liudvik, who I'm happy got the UFC call. There's Jack Shore. Bit of a size disadvantage. Liudvik's coming in as a fair underdog here. The official odds have Liudvik Sholinian plus 450 to minus 525. Jack Shore, he is a very strong favorite. I think we're going 3. Fight goes the distance, plus 130. Interesting that it's plus money for that. Shore wins by a decision, plus 160. I think Jack Shore will win, and I think he will win by a decision. It's not going to be easy to finish off Liudvik Sholinian. Jack Shore for the win. He wins this bout against Liudvik Sholinian. Let's keep on moving up. Yeon Kim versus Molly McCann. Women's flyweight division bout. I know some people are feeling McCann as an underdog. Yeon Kim has a nice range advantage. It's a good matchup. I'm excited to see what happens when this cage closes, man, and we see these girls go at it. There's Molly McCann. She's physically strong. Not an easy fight. Odds-wise, McCann minus 105. Or excuse me, plus 100. You can find Yeon Kim at minus 105. Potential props available. There's definitely some. I do think we're going the distance, minus 375 for that. I feel like McCann's aggressiveness is definitely going to be a factor. She's going to look to close distance with hooks, get inside. But on the other side, we have a very relaxed and technical striker in Yeon Kim. The main thing, she needs to fight off clinch attacks and stay off of her back. I believe she will. Yeon Kim wins by a decision using her range. I think that's a likely method for her to be victorious. Plus 150 win by a decision, Yeon Kim. But I am not touching the betting lines on this fight. Personally, if you are looking to do it, I like Yeon Kim. I've seen other people on the underdog, Molly McCann. Very competitive fight, and it's women's MMA, which tends to be a bit riskier than the rest of the fight game. But let's jump to the main card. Again, if you haven't yet, smash the likes. We need 100 likes. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel too. Luigi Vendramini versus Paddy the baddie, Pimblett. Exciting lightweight battle because Pimblett is coming in with hype from Cage Warriors, similar to Conor McGregor. Obviously, he's not Conor. I've heard of Paddy for years. I've seen some fights from him in the past. Obviously, the former champion in Cage Warriors featherweight division. Does have a loss to Soren Bach, who's a hell of a grappler. Pimblett is a slick kickboxer who also brings in a good grappling skill set, and he's dangerous when he gets your back. It's pretty much the end if he gets your back. Luigi Vendramini, he's a pretty good boxer. He comes inside, he throws overhands, he's willing to mix it up, he's gritty, he has decent wrestling too. Not an easy fight for Paddy Pimblett, but I think this is the best debut you can give him. A stern test against a fellow young fighter. I think that we see a win here for Paddy Pimblett over Luigi Vendramini. Decision. Paddy Pimblett. Not going to be like a McGregor showcase where he knocked out Marcus Brimage in a minute. I think Pimblett's tested in his first fight. He's minus 143 favorite to the plus 140 dog. Win for Paddy the baddie. He'll move forward in this very stacked lightweight division. Minus 175 for the fight over 1.5. I like that play. I do think that's likely. Paddy Pimblett wins by a decision, plus 350, but he could also find his way towards a finish. If you want to play him inside the distance, Pimblett would be plus 168, but I don't have enough confidence on that. I think Pimblett wins by a decision over Luigi Vendramini here in his debut. Keep an eye on Paddy. He sells, but does he have the skill set to be elite? We're going to find out, this fight and then more so coming forward in the next year or so. Next fight, Khalil Rountree and Modestas Bukauskas. There's a fun one because Khalil, when he's on his game, is one of the most dangerous Thai-style strikers, in the back end of the light heavyweight division. Very light on that lead foot. Rips with nasty low kicks. Good boxing too. Has very heavy punching power. Natural power. Southpaw. Bukauskas, though, a lot more of a technical kickboxing style of approach. Range control. Decent wrestling. Solid Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I think that's the gap. The gap here is when the fight touches the floor. That's where we've seen Khalil Rountree struggle. Bukauskas knows this. He gets this fight to the ground. Win by a submission for Modestas Bukauskas. Let's look at them on the scales here. Both guys coming in very good shape. Slight range advantage for Bukauskas. I think he's going to beat Khalil. It's going to be another hard loss to swallow for Rountree, but I think Bukauskas wins. Plus 137 Rountree. Minus 146 Modestas Bukauskas. Win by a submission for Bukauskas. Over 1.5. Minus 140. I think second round sub. Where is submission for Bukauskas? Bukauskas sub plus 1,100. That's crazy to me. $10 can make you $100. I think you have to throw a little something on Bukauskas wins by a submission, and he will win this fight over Khalil by a sub. Obviously, Khalil has heavy hands. Let's see what the knockout prop is for Rountree. Out of curiosity, plus 225 at best value. Not nearly as wide as the sub prop for Bukauskas, but still decent value there. Though I see win, submission, Modestas Bukauskas over Khalil, who I like, and he's a fun guy to watch. But let's jump to the featured bout of the night. David Zawada versus Alex, the Great White Morono. This is a very interesting matchup here between pressure aggressiveness with Morono, Thai style of striking, looping hooks inside. He's explosive and starts fast, especially in his fight against Cowboy Cerrone. He came out like a bat out of hell and started ripping him with powerful strikes. Zawada on the other side, more patient, technical kickboxer, fights pretty well from that mid to long range. He likes to enter the pocket with a hook low kick combination. You need to watch out for that hook. I think his straight punches could be a factor in this fight. He is a bit taller and longer than Morono. Morono's more aggressive and tenacious, whereas I see Zawada as the more precise and technical guy. Expect Zawada to fight more so off the back foot, win a decision. David Zawada, underdog play. I think he's going to win here, but we'll look at them on the scales again. There's them facing off. I like what I'm seeing from Zawada. I think he beats Alex Morono here. Win by a decision. David Zawada plus 115 to minus 123. Over 1.5 minus 310. Fight goes the distance minus 140. I just think Zawada straight dog play plus 115 is decent value. Or if you want to play Zawada wins by a decision, what's the value of that? Plus 275 at best value. That's something you could potentially do. But we're riding David Zawada in the featured bout of the night to beat Alex Morono. Let's jump to the co-main event. Tom Aspinall, Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. This fight's getting me excited because Tom Aspinall's like supposed to be, the next big British heavyweight prospect. This is the chance for a British fighter to really make their mark in the heavyweight division. On the other side, Sergey Spivak, Moldovan fighter, tricky with his Muay Thai, but really shines in the clinch and on top. Granted, in this fight, he's actually the shorter guy. Normally has a bit of a size advantage over some of his opponents. He's on a 3-fight win streak of Sergey Spivak. Aspinall 10-2 as a pro. Came out like a savage in his UFC debut and has been victorious since. He beats Khalil in a minute, he beats Pimblett quickly, and then he beats Andrei Arlovsky. He is on a fantastic roll. Sergey Spivak is a great test for him. The knockout puncher Tom Aspinall will find a way inside, find his way to let the hands go. Height, 2 inches taller as Aspinall. That's a factor in the clinch. From range, the reach is the same. I think that's a factor because Aspinall's clearly the faster striker. Aspinall's going to sleep Sergey Spivak in a round. Knockout first round, Tom Aspinall. Keep an eye on this British heavyweight prospect. Let's look at them on the scales here. Slight height advantage. Both guys looking intense. This is a good bout. A great test for Aspinall, a.k.a. Frank Mir 2.0, because he definitely has some Frank Mir look to him, just without as much of the gains. Minus 220 for Aspinall. Spivak plus 216. Over 1.5, minus 125. Under 2.5, minus 185. I think that's a lock here. I don't think this fight goes the distance. I think it ends inside. Minus 255. Spivak, if he somehow grinds out a decision win, I'd be surprised but impressed. But I'm going victory for Tom Aspinall. Knockout. Plus 130. Aspinall. KO. Potential play for sure if you guys are looking to play some props, and it's nice little plus money. Spivak wins by a sub plus 1,000. Aspinall has a grappling background. If anything, Spivak grinding win, but I don't think so. Plus 485. Aspinall's going to sleep him. KO. Tom Aspinall. In the co-main event, let's jump to the main event of the evening. Smash the like button if you guys have not yet. We need 100 likes on this weigh-in recap show. Subscribe if you guys are new here too. We're covering all things mixed martial arts here at MMA Experts. Let's talk about it. Derek Brunson, Darren the Gorilla Till. Darren Till, so slick from range. Also factor southpaw versus southpaw fight. Reach advantage slightly in favor of Brunson, an inch taller. Physically the stronger guy. Brunson brings in a collegiate wrestling background. He's transitioned it very well for MMA. If you look at Brunson's game, he's a lot less aggressive than he used to be. More patient, dangerous rear left hand. He's got a lot of power in it. Doesn't really overwhelm his opponents with chaos as of late. It's been more so patient attacks, good setups into his wrestling, decent boxing, and he has been stunned a bit against some good strikers in the past, but tends to be able to follow up. Doesn't really have a bad chin. I've never thought Brunson is chinny. I just thought he'd be over aggressive, gets himself tired and caught. Keeps the hands up high now. Darren Till on the other side is a precise kickboxer. Super dangerous left hand. If he finds it, he can definitely sleep Brunson. Dangerous head kick from range. If he finds that, he could really sleep Brunson. Also very good in clinch fighting. Good takedown defense, though most of his opponents that he's defending takedowns against are from 170. He's jumping up to 85, and he's fighting a physical specimen in Derek Brunson. Brunson had good moments against Yoel Romero, guys. Derek Brunson is maybe the dark horse at middleweight, and Derek Brunson's going to win by a decision over Darren Till. He's going to beat the gorilla here. Derek Brunson for the victory. I think he now really skyrockets forward. Maybe the Jared Cannonier fight, maybe title shot. We'll see. But I think Derek Brunson beats Darren Till in the main event of the evening. Let's look at them face off here. There's Brunson. There's Till. There's the face off. Nice and smiley. I see Brunson leading the way here and winning this fight. Odds do not agree. Plus 160 for Brunson. Minus 170 for Till. Over 1.5. Minus 200. I think that's pretty likely. Fight goes the distance. Plus 170. It's not expected to. Fight starts round 2. Minus 300. That's I think a pretty good lock, unless Till had some crazy first round KO and Brunson just went back to his old ways and went crazy. I don't see it. Brunson wins by a decision, plus 430. Potential sprinkle on that. Till wins by KO, TKO. Potential hedge play, plus 140. Maybe to try to, break even at worst if Till does land a big strike. But I think Derek Brunson for the victory. He beats Darren Till, really moves forward in this division. I think Till still has a really bright future, but I just think very stern test. Definitely a stern test. Derek Brunson win over Darren Till in the main event. Overall, solid card coming up this Saturday. We'll do the full card fight companion. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We need 100 likes. And I want to send you guys off with some potential parlays. We got to bring up best fight odds so we can parlay some shit up here. Let's see. Who do we want to play? Jack Shore, Paddy Pimblett, minus 106. Pimblett's definitely expected to win his debut. Jack Shore, Paddy Pimblett, and Marc-André Barriault, plus 213. I think that's definitely a possibility. And then if you wanted to be ballsy, you added Brunson at the top, plus 695. Also like Aspinall a lot. He's somebody you could play. You could play Shore Aspinall. You could play Aspinall Pimblett. There's lots of options, plus 341. This would be long shot parlay. And then if you want to add in Brunson for plus 1,000 money, that'd be a wild man parlay. I'll call this the true Hail Mary play, but I think that could potentially hit. But that's a hard main event. Zawada, another confident guy, but underdog, plus 843. Definitely some ways you can play it here. Some good money to be made on this card if you play it intelligently. Don't go too crazy with the parlays. Maybe parlay up a two-fighter. Maybe make a couple. Don't go absolutely insane. Don't throw everything at it. Sprinkle it down, and then maybe have like a real confident, safer play. If you're feeling Aspinall and you're feeling Jack Shore, minus 152, that's fantastic. Maybe you don't like Aspinall. Maybe you're, hey, I'm not an Aspinall guy. Give me Jack Shore and give me Charles Jourdain, minus 122. Or you want Barriault, Shore, minus 111. There's definitely some good plays. Some good money to be made. Card I'm looking forward to. I would say it's at least a B card. Say B, maybe C+, but the main card's good. And we get the debut of Paddy Pimblett, which is something a lot of people have been waiting for. But I hope you guys enjoyed this full card weigh-in recap, final predictions, and the betting tips. Much love to everybody who tunes into the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. Smash the like button. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. We'll see you for that fight companion. Much love, guys. See you all in the next one.